What's up with everybody, man? It's Red Red Dragon, back up in the building once again, back through y'all internet lines, y'all fiber or y'all copper, whichever one y'all are using, whichever IPS, whatever the fuck. I probably said that wrong, but anyways, welcome back to Red Dragon Archive. If you've been here before and if you're brand new, you know what to do. If you enjoy the content only, but anyways, yeah, man, we just about to get into this. Just want to see what's up, what's going on with this type of, crazy shit that's going on in public. And as always, this is new for me trying out this type of, style of content, but we gonna see. Let's get into what the fuck these nasty motherfuckers been doing in the should say the Gooning layer, but in the Gooning community. Let's get it.
These are some of the most disturbing crimes that happen in the Gooning community, and as the video goes on, the people behind them will go from twisted individuals to terrifying criminals. And yes, I'm serious. It's July 2024, and the Arkansas State Medical Board receives a report about a doctor allegedly engaging in inappropriate intimate conduct with both staff members and patients. Attached to the report is CCTV footage showing the doctor, identified as David Define, walking around in his private clinic with nothing on except a baseball cap. And he could be seen going down the hallway passing several wards where patients could see him, before appearing in what looks like an office area. He then starts doing things to himself and eventually ejects substances on one of the women in the room, who was working as a lab technician and also happened to be one of David's patients.
Hold up, Trap. Hold up. There's no way you sitting there and you just let him do that shit. Like, I get not trying to stop him, but you sitting there and he bust one off on you because you just sitting there. That's what's throwing me off with that. Like, I'm all for trying not to be quote unquote victim shaming, but at some point, to me, I don't get it, man. To me, you gotta be either with the shit or you I don't know. I just feel like I don't get how people fear would lock somebody up to the point y'all not about to do nothing. Or get the fuck out the way. At least get the fuck out the way.
The report would also accuse David of using his position of power and promise of salary increases to take advantage of both employees and patients into performing repulsive intimate acts, all within their clinic during business hours. After examining both the footage and its accompanying claims, the medical board would release a statement saying, "The pervasive behavior leads to concerns about an intimate compulsive disorder or paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. Simply the interaction with his office staff suggests an entanglement in his medical practice. Given these additional concerns, I would recommend that he have a more professional evaluation for safety to practice." But when David was actually interviewed by the board, he denied it, saying, "I don't know anything about that at all. I would have to see those things to have an idea what you're talking about." But this wasn't the first time he would be facing a disciplinary hearing.
See how them motherfuckers smiling, bro? Like, come on, man. This ain't the first. Once again, man, if you taking the hush money and you doing all that because he promising up money and all that kind of, you a prostitute. You prostituted yourself. I have no type of remorse for people that prostitute themselves. Now I say people because I know there's men out there prostituting themselves too. I don't have no remorse. I don't have no feel sorry for you. It's just like, to me, you signed up for that shit because you soldiers, you got a price tag walking around on you. Whether they felt like it was degrading or not, they believe that it's okay because he's going to pay me more money. Why the fuck would I feel sorry for you on that? Like, you agreed to the shit at that point. But I've been said this, man. I knew this been going on in behind the scenes, because at some point I'm like, there's gotta be some office somewhere where somebody got some type of power and they doing this type of shit to the employees on a regular level. I think people just get up and think this only happening in the entertainment industry, and the illuminated people is only doing this type of shit to people in the once again, the movie industry and the music industry. And it's like, nah, this I'm gonna say this: if y'all ain't looked over them Illuminati card decks, them deck of cards, it's just real in the sense of how this shit got levels at all scales to a smaller part of society, or what people would think is just not mainstream society. Like I said, doctor's office. In some places, it's probably fast food restaurants, and it sounds dumb, initially, because it's like in those places you're not really carrying a lot of money, not making a lot of money, like this doctor is. But yeah, they doing this shit in restaurants too for that extra little $100-$200 because the boss going, yeah. I just always say this is what you have to have high discernment, in my personal opinion, because this shit is just, it's unacceptable. He get to walk around naked, nobody challenge him, nobody say nothing. I don't give a fuck if this is practice or not. They need to either leave a building or B, be like, hey bro, what you got going on, because yeah, you ain't about to just be walking around here coming up in office and busting on motherfuckers. That's what he doing, walking around beating your dogs and busting on motherfuckers. That shit ain't smooth, bro.
Back in January of 2024, the Arkansas Medical Board launched an investigation into his online activities after receiving a complaint that he was posting explicit pictures on Instagram under the username Naked Dr. Dave. David would then send a letter to the board claiming he's a well-known naturist and that his content was aimed at promoting acceptance and body positivity.
We do not shame, fear, or negatively stigmatize the unclothed body, and there's no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my naturist activities.
And this defense actually seemed to change the minds of the board members, as by June, when the investigation was wrapped up, they decided to not take any actions against him and instead just added the complaint to his file. The strange part is, David actually has a long history of escaping such consequences. Back in 2011, he was investigated for alleged illegal distribution of pain medication, but ended up entering into a deferred prosecution agreement, and so the charges were actually dropped. And David simply agreed not to practice medicine in Missouri for 3 years. He would then later find himself in the spotlight again in 2017, after he was accused of allegedly describing excessive amounts of controlled substances, and this would lead to his license only getting temporarily suspended before the charges were dropped again due to a lack of evidence. But this time it was different. The story had already gone viral, which means millions of people were waiting to see what kinds of punishment David would receive for his actions. And on August 8th, 2025, he decided to have an extensive interview with an Arkansas-based news outlet called NEA Report, addressing all the allegations against him. Because, according to David, the only thing true about all the allegations was the fact that he would always walk around the clinic without clothes on, as seen in the leaked video, which he also believed was released by his ex-fiancée, Allegra Milzitz, out of spite. David claims that he and Allegra had broken up in February of 2023, only for her to return over a year later trying to get back with him. But when he refused, she decided to expose his horrible behavior behind the scenes. Now, while the report was filed anonymously,
the fact that they wind up changing their minds based off what he said about being a nudist or a naturalist or whatever the case may be, yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there for y'all. If y'all want to check out the rest of the video, once again, I'm not never really trying to go over the entirety of videos at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to be a reaction channel, but this is one of these type of topics where it's like, yeah, you gotta know at some point it's something dirtier in this world that's allowing this injustice to slide like this. Because at this, man, what happened to when he busted on old, like, because that ain't been addressed. Once again, I ain't watched this deep enough to even know. Maybe that do get addressed in this video at some point. But at this point, during that first hearing or whatever the case, he was supposed to be the fuck out. Like, or in a goddamn cell somewhere. One of the two. Lose license in the cell, all the above. Even, he need to be injured on top of that. Because, what? But once again, that depends if a motherfucker was just sitting there ain't going with it. If she went with it because he gonna pay the bread, hey, that's on her and him. But yeah, this shit right here, hey, that's why I be side-eyeing certain shit. Motherfuckers that go somewhere off in the tuck in these private practices and have these late nights in these private practices. Hey man, I know somebody somewhere getting sturdy dirty behind the desk, when ain't nobody else up in there. And motherfuckers, honey, I'm working late. Yeah, you working late, all right. You getting that raise? Yeah, motherfuckers in there getting that motherfucking raise. So, yeah, it's Red Drakey Drake, man. I'll hit y'all up with another one next one. Once again, I'm just having fun with this type of content right now, but we'll just see how this goes, if y'all fuck with it or not. But once again, I'll leave the title in as much as possible in the video, so if y'all want to look this up yourself, it's called Most Disturbing Crimes That Happen in the Gooning Community, which is wild. They calling it Gooning, which that's another topic for another time, because I never heard it as Gooning. It was always like just beating your dogs type shit. I ain't never knew they came up with a whole nother word for it. So, but yeah, with that being said, y'all know what to do if y'all enjoying the content. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, man. It's Real Drakey Drake, Marty 3000.